Good evening and welcome back. What we're going to do tonight is a bit of work on the brake van because last time we made the three other chassis, if you remember. They're all here, they're lovely and dry. I still think that these are really good value for money and are overlooked a lot of times. And I think if you want to keep the costs down, because I know you can pay 50-60 quid for a wagon quite easily nowadays. It just depends. I mean, it's either that or go back to the old days of making things yourself. You know, that's the thing. We all like going out buying kits and stuff. I do some, and some things I don't. So what I'm doing now, because the chassis is slightly different to this. I mean, it's very similar with the bits sticking up there and all the rest. I'm just giving a little file off, getting rid of some of the flashing that's on there, because obviously some of these, where they're kind of old original castings, then obviously they're not quite as crisp as a lot of the stuff that you get from AIRFIX now. I mean, some of the AIRFIX stuff now that you get is just kind of, you know, out of this world compared to some of the old stuff. But anyway, that's, you know, things improve as they go along. So there we go. So let's have a look at that. So I'm going to look that goes like that, and that goes on top like that. So that's the way that's got to go, so that angle bit is that way round. Right. Always good to look at the plan. I'm looking at the plan here. That's it. It's just an exploded view, and I think what you do basically is follow it number by number. So start 1, 2, 3 and so on, go along like that. So that's roughly how it goes. So there we are. So that has to go like that. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on some bits and pieces underneath here. Again, I'm using Humbrol liquid poly. It's quite nice. Get a little brush on it, don't put too much. A lot of the chassis underneath, if you spray it or whatever you're going to do, then you know, you're not going to do too much, but get it on the bits that really need to be secure. So anyway, there we are. It's going to slot in there now. It fixes in. So that's that bit there. So that was quite easy. Then the next bit is these sides, as far as I can see. So yes, 12, 11, 12, 13. So where do they go on there? So it's 8, 7 and 8. What number's that bit? That bit's number 13. So there we are. They go on these sides actually. So that's that bit on there like that. Then you can, I think, put this bit on next. I don't see any reason why you can't, because just do it, always do a dry run. I always do a dry run, because you've got the brake bits that are going to go on there. So I think, oh, that's it. You can hear it click into place then. So it's got to go on there like that. And the brake hangers go, but I think it'd be easier to fit the brake hangers like that. Can't see any reason why that won't fit in there like that. So the holes are there. I can use tweezers to get the bits in. So I'm going to do it like so. I think that's really, yeah, how it should go. Right, so I'm going to do now is a little bit along the top of that bit there, like so, and then the little bits that stick out like that, that and that, because that's where that's going to go like that. So you can see now it's going to fit in there like so. That's it. There we are. So that's that side done. a little bit of filing to do on the end of those axle boxes, but I'll do that a bit later on. So get my sprue cutters, hit the camera, knock that flying, and there we go. So we'll just chop these bits off here. If that gets in the way, what I usually do is go like that, cut that out the way a bit first, and then bring it down to there like so. And this has also got vacuum pipes on it, so we need the rest of that. And then all we need is to just run a file just to check that the bits are clean. I like these diamond files, they work really good. You can just give them a brush over if you've got a little fine wire brush just to clean the little bits out, but they seem to work quite nicely. So there we are on that like so, and that goes on the opposite side. What that does like so. Just checking that that's there like that. That's all good. Right, there we go then. So I know this might be a little bit on the boring side for you really if you've done one of these before, but it's just to show you, if you haven't, that they are quite easy to put together, and to show you that they are something to not dismiss if you want some cheap wagons to go on your railway. I've used them a lot in the past. Nowadays I do all sorts of things, so if I'm working in this gauge, then that's what I do, is make up some of these and then use them. So there we are. We've now got 4 basic chassis. There's one more little thing I can pop on here now, and that is the vacuum, which goes on there like so, like that in there. So I might as well pop that on, because the others that have got a vacuum, there's one that hasn't, because obviously that hasn't got brakes or working brakes. It has manually operated brakes that the guard pins down. As all wagons have brake blocks, but obviously there's about 3 types of wagon that the railway use. One is air brake, vacuum brakes, and the rest are just manually operated brakes, which are either done by the guard or the shunter when they're shunting, to just basically secure the vehicle where they want it to be. So anyway, that's that. So the 4 chassis now are up to the same standard, and then all we'll do on the next one is we'll start moving them on as quick as we can, and yes, you can get on with doing that. So it's a more modern kit there, this AIRFIX one, than some of the older ones that I've got here. It's only, you'll tell because of the box, but of course Dapol do them now as well, so they're still out there. You just have to shop around. You can buy a second-hand one. Sometimes you can buy second-hand made ones. If they're made to how you want, then it doesn't really matter. If they're not that good, then you can go from there. Anyway, so on that note, we'll just leave it for tonight, and we'll come back again very soon and move them on a bit more. Thank you very much.